Good morning, Nutters, and back to the second edition of our weekly podcast about the Giga Nuts Fantasy Football League and upcoming matchups of the week. I'm your host, Sal Rose, and I will continue to be joined weekly by fellow owners and Giga Nuts champions, Commissioner John Harris and Mikey Bishop. We will also always be joined by fellow owner Kyle Lizer, who will be running our production team. And importantly, in this second edition of the Giga Up podcast, we'll be joined by our first special guest, current D2 team owner, Ryan Kerger.
Without my partner, per usual.
Where is Hammy?
Can we jump off with that? What does Hammy do for the squad?
Yeah.
Coach, that's strength and conditioning.
He's the strength coach.
Yeah, he's the one out there making sure they're well fed, well hydrated, keeping the boys' minds on right.
I love that. He's a motivator. Exactly. Hammy's always been best at if you know him.
Jeez,
that is a bar. That is a bar.
Small guy, big heart.
That is a great way to describe the Hammy Myers.
That is the Hambo. I hope he's listening. Hammy, I hope you know that we just want you to talk shit with us.
Yeah, genuinely.
Just say hi once in a while.
Why does he only talk shit to me? Why is it only me, bro? Anytime he says a chat.
Hammy kindest nutter feels like a bitch at the draft.
Low key.
Okay.
Alright, yeah.
Sorry about that.
He goes. There's our host. Our host is leaving.
No, I had to close my door. I was gonna wake up my mom. Anyways, sorry about that slight production delay, but I feel like we got to kick it off with our game of the week. I feel like that's only right. So, for our voted game of the week, we have chosen Josh and Mark versus Josh.
That's a good one. I mean, big division matchup.
Ooh.
Big division matchup, bro.
Bro, this is gonna be important later on.
Yeah.
It's going to be
this little game 4 matchup is going to be important.
Yeah. Whoever loses this one is definitely gonna want it back week 14.
The fact that Mark has really been the missing piece this far, and Joey is 3-0 to start the year after whatever the hell's happened since we moved to sleeper. Unbelievable. Joey seems definitely on track to be on his first playoff berth since
2020.
Since NFL.com.
Since 2020.
Joey hasn't made the playoffs in sleeper?
No.
He would have won the championship and missed the playoffs.
I remember that because I was in
Kyle and Crowley.
23.
DeAndre Hopkins in overtime dropped like 2 touchdowns, and it was ridiculous.
Dude,
he caught it, I think, like 5 seconds and it literally booted him.
Hey, shout out
Kyle
for that.
I think on Josh's side, right? Like he just really needs his pieces to come together. He just I guess we can't wait till my game because I'm not game of the week. We just like the Kyron for Drake London swap. Like if that really makes a play, like his team just really got to put it together. He needs Bowers to look healthier than he did last week, but I mean, he got 4 startable running backs the rest of the year and solid, really good wide receiver 1s and 2s.
Yeah, no, and I think last week was the first time, or this past week in week 3, I think it was the first time we saw all of Josh's pieces. Like, they didn't even all click. Like, there was still a dud from the player he just traded third for in Brock Bowers, but I think outside of that and like kickers and Neighbors, wow, Bowers and Neighbors combined for like 9 points and he dropped like 150.
Yeah,
I think when Josh's team is firing on all cylinders, I think. Yeah, I mean, we said it last week, but I think that's why this game is so exciting because we have the only undefeated D2 team, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Going against what I feel like is still considered probably the best team in the league off just pure roster. So I think this is going to be a big toe.
Points for would say different, just saying, but we all know who the best team in the league is.
And Najee injury, really. Oh, sorry, Curry. Come on and talk.
No, sorry. Yeah, not just firsthand experience. I can say Joey and Mark sting in weird ways.
They find ways to
win. If Hampton can act as a 3.1 kind of running back, like I guess he showed he did against me, he's a scary squad. But I mean, on paper, can't beat Josh,
Yeah.
but that is on
The
paper. That
Chargers
is not
offense right
in.
now is firing.
It's looking very good, and I think, I mean, yeah, I think Mark was already 2-0 with Hampton putting up, I think, under double digits in both games. And then, for those who don't know, he just beat Curry by less than a point, if I'm not mistaken.
How much was it, Curry?
0.1.
Yeah.
0.1. He just beat Curry by 0.1. And a huge part of that is Omarion Hampton going from like 8 points a game to dropping what I believe was 26. And I think with the Najee injury and just how good Hampton looked, especially in that second half of this past game, like I think he's not going to be dropping 26 a week, but
It
I
shows the
definitely,
sky.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it shows what his ceiling can be as 26 points. You know, you're an RB, and I think he will finally move into that role. Matt, like said, at the 3-1, and I think that's huge, especially with the way James Cook's playing. Ricky Purcell looks great.
Yeah, I mean,
If I can,
yeah, you go, Curry, you go.
sorry, if I just remember he was catching passes finally, which is
Yeah, they needed him out of the
Getting
backfield.
used
huge.
Yeah.
but nah. Let me go on a tirade right quick. The last 2 seasons, this running back who averages like close to 6 yards per carry, like half the time he plays, has gotten 12 carries per game and like 14 to 16 touches overall. I only want to give him a contract and use him, man. I had the draft top before they paid the man.
Damn.
Yeah, now James Cook looks great.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I feel like something we should touch on before we wrap up on this week, obviously, and our predictions is going back to that Drake London trade. Do we think this is another case of Josh just seeing potential in his team and instantly going out and making big moves? You know, he just lost his second round pick in Kyron and got Drake London back, right? But he also went and got Brock Bowers for a third a little over a week ago. Do we think this is another case of Josh jumping too early, or do we think it could be beneficial in the long run?
I think as the guy who traded him Drake London, I really don't think it is, honestly. As much as I am frustrated and don't think the Falcons offense is good, even if this trade isn't what he wants it to be, I think this team is different than Josh's previous teams. Josh has never had 4 to 5 starting running backs, especially with Jordan Mason coming on. He built the team like I built my team the last 2 years. For better or for worse, running backs get you through weeks. We'll just see how they come in the playoffs, because that's normally when they slow down a little bit.
Just the way I look at it, like Josh has poured so many picks into this team already through this first draft. I mean, you gotta try and finish the job. Especially
with like you bringing up his picks, like last year he knew, I want to say he was like ready to like fully embrace the tank by like week 4. Like he knew he was going to sell and go all in for this current year, and I think with that being said, I think that's also why he's being aggressive at the rate he is because, you know, this wasn't just like a this year, wow, my team's good. Like this culminated over a year ago. Like he was coming into this draft and this year to be ready to, like, you know, win the chip.
One last thing I do want to mention is the legacy here. Like, this is the last year of like the first era of Giga Nuts. Josh has nothing to show for it, really.
No.
And I think that's also a motivator here.
Yeah, I think this is just similar to Liam's team last year, where Liam had all those top picks and then went out and just was like, if I'm going to be good this year, I'm going to be the best this year. And I think Josh is doing it a bit earlier than Liam, but I mean, we'll see.
Unfortunately, you can make it happen, though.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Stay healthy.
Yeah.
Shall we move on to predictions?
Yeah.
I'll start, I guess. I have Josh in an absolute nail biter. I think it's within 5 points. I think I was looking at some of the matchups. I think both squads have really good matchups. Some of them I don't like too much, but I think both squads have a couple matchups where I'm like, wow, this person can go for 30 points. Like, pretty, like, I would not be surprised whatsoever. So I do think it's going to be a high-scoring game, but I do have Josh winning in a nail biter.
Yeah, I think I also have Josh winning. I mean, Joey's team's looking great, and I just don't know how much they can keep that production up. I think Zay Flowers and Ricky Pearsall drop is going to be more than the Marion Hampton
I don't think they're going to
rise.
start Flowers this week.
Oh, really?
I think they're going to move.
Oh, I forgot they had Scadaboo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Trace
so I
is
think
out
they'll
for the
start
next
either
4 weeks.
Flowers or Pearsall, and then they'll play Scadaboo because he's a PPR wizard.
Okay, I have Joey this week. Then I think I like their odds. I think because Jaden Daniels is coming back, if I'm not mistaken.
Potentially.
Potentially.
This is gonna be a matchup of some really good running backs. If Daniels plays, I have Joey. I think is my. I think it's a nail biter, and it's gonna go either way.
I agree.
I don't really have a score here. I think it's gonna be like a 150 to 152 type of deal. But if Daniels plays, I think that I give it to Joey. Because I think they're gonna air Atlanta out. And if he doesn't, I think that the Lamar Kansas City game of the week will probably put Josh over the edge.
Curry?
Curry?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Josh, and probably not as close as people think.
Really?
I just don't like the matchups.
Spread. The spread for you.
But yeah, I don't want to go too much further in case a little bit I'm still stinging from.
There might be some bias in this take.
He might be angry. All right.
All right. Would
Sal.
someone like to take us to our next game?
Yeah, I mean our next game is.
Host, brother.
Yeah, it's you, bro.
It's my. I know it's my matchup. Though. I didn't know.
Okay,
If
no, I got you.
Yeah,
The next matchup is Dan and Sal, and in a classic D1.
it's not as exciting. As
Oh,
I made it
0-3 game, and the classic.
Hey,
Someone's
well,
got a Wii this
thank-
week. Yeah, this
True.
is. I mean, Liam and Jay. No, did Liam and Jay play yet? No, they didn't. Never
No.
mind. But yeah, that was Liam and John last week. That's what I'm thinking of. That was the first tank bowl.
That was rough.
But this one will be. We'll
DW though.
see. We'll see. Jonathan
Thing.
Taylor might score half of Sal's points.
Mm-mm. Absolutely not. Look, man.
I don't know. I think the storylines here are really like like in D1 this year. It's so wide open. Like, is Sal gonna sell early, or is he just gonna hold on and make some move? Because I mean, like, it's not like the players are gonna depreciate.
No.
Like, he's gonna play. He's gonna bowl out JT, and I think Nico's price is just gonna keep improving. And I realistically, like, my thing is, I think Sal is complete. I've told this to Sal. I think he's completely within the realm of competing. I also think an early sell excel the worst team in Era 1 of Giga Nuts history.
Ooh. Off of a lucky playoff get in last year because Jay got injured.
I think
I'd say
Sal has
got
under
injured.
20 wins as of right now.
Oof.
All time.
We
17.
will see.
4 years.
3 behind Joey.
4 years. We've been in this.
In the middle of my
Weird.
fourth.
Yeah.
Or yeah,
Expansion team.
I was part of the grade 12.
For the 11th though, Sal, never forget.
Yeah, that ass though,
Never
Loki.
forget.
Yeah, I mean, I like
There's not much to say about this game.
Yeah, I mean,
We don't got to sugarcoat it.
No, I mean,
I think these are two very different 0-3 teams
I
here
agree.
coming into the week.
Preach,
I think
Preach.
there's very different mindsets that could end up happening after this. Dan, I feel like, is in that straight linear line down, while Sal could start going up maybe. And I guess we'll see, but I definitely don't think Dan has it in him.
Yeah.
All right, actually, we're not going to sugarcoat this. I'm going to go on like a little minute rant if y'all would allow. All right. If I win this week, I will be 1-3. After that, I have, in no particular order, Curry, Luka, Kyle. I would say 3 of what many would consider to be top 5 teams in the league, 6 teams in the league. 3 of the top 6 teams in the league. Like, no questions asked. So, with that being said, I'm going to beat Dan this week, and that doesn't change anything. But if over that 3-game stretch, I can convincingly win one of them or potentially steal 2, if the boys ball, we're back in full effect, you know. And I'm better than Jay. I'm better than Dan. God forbid I say my team is better than Commission. But,
it is though. It is.
But anyways, that's the end of my
Never give
rant.
me one.
The playoff door is still open, but we're gonna have to see. If I lose this week, though, we're in shambles. We're selling.
Because I do want to say you faced a tough draw, but I mean, week 1 is undeniable. Can't be putting up
for sure.
8 triple digits.
Can't lose, brother. You can't
lose.
Main thing.
Just for all the viewers that aren't in the league, I do just want to point out that John won a game by putting up 91 points this past week. He's currently averaging about 98 points flat.
Wow.
Speaking of, that might be a great spot to push off into John versus.
No, wait. I wanna wrap this up with Rip James Conner.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah! I definitely should have paid tribute to my dog. Yeah, he's probably retiring.
Rest in peace, Chase Brown's chance of averaging 3 yards per carry this season. And
rest in peace, Chase Brown in general.
Dan's next 4 weeks after this are Rossi, me, Luca, and Sal. But those games right now, obviously, like on paper, it's probably me who's most likely. But I think by week 6, my team will be putting up points as it did last year. Last year's the model.
This is 2025, by the way. This is 2025, and he's talking about 2024.
And I'm doing the same shit to y'all, so come and play.
By winning with 98 points?
I think Dan Loki pulls off an upset. If Sal still has his team, I obviously think like that's not close. I think a Rossi stinker is afoot. The predictions.
I got
Sal
myself
by 30.
Like I said, I don't care, and I'm not betting against myself. That's corny. So I'm winning by 35. Gotta stay confident. It'd be boring now.
Yeah, I got Sal by probably a cool 22. Sal, your team doesn't strike that 30-point win in me yet. It's gotta earn that.
RB1 does.
True.
I think I agree with Michael.
Yeah.
So I'm like a 20-point. Projections are getting it sort of right, it seems. On Sleeper.
Yeah, 14 right now on Sleeper.
Sometimes.
I'd give Sal a little bit more leeway, but we'll see.
Right. Those are the predictions in. We will now move on to the third game of the week we will be covering. It is our current commish, who is present, versus his deputy. versus his deputy, CJ. In a D1, quoted by Michael Bishop, D1 mid-off.
Okay, this was written by Sal. That was actually written by Sal. No,
it was not.
That wasn't.
Early rivalry game. Early rivalry game here. This is an early rivalry game.
Yeah, this is a week 10. This is a week 10, and this is probably, I would say right now, best odds to be a divisional round preview. I mean, again, you want to talk about Joey, Mark, and Josh's game being big. This game is big for, later on too for you guys.
Yeah, it definitely is for the entire course of D1, and per insider information, but nothing too exposing. CJ still has a lot of confidence in his team, and I think part of that probably just comes from the state D1's in right now. But CJ is being very aggressive per insider sources, trying to get his hands on potential, big name RB. That is all I'll leave it at per inside sources. But do we think Rossi has that much confidence? Do we think he can beat Luca down the line?
No. No. I mean, his team's all right, definitely. I
think Jetson
ETN and McMillan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think. I
calf injury today.
Ooh, really?
Yeah.
Jeez.
He's out of practice.
That sucks.
Yeah.
After just losing CD, that's rough for him.
Yeah. Yeah. This is a.
Yeah. Let me know when I can take over. I want to go last here.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
No, I think I mean CJ has some pieces for sure, but if he was in a different D1, he's selling by week 7. Like he looks at that team as like I can get CD for a high price.
Like last year's.
Yeah, if he's in last year's D1 or yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think the reason he's trying to buy is because he sees how if he does go out and get a big name, his team is pretty easily the best in a D2 or D1. I'm sorry, especially with Genty playing horrible. Like if Genty picks it up even the slightest, I think his team gets a lot better. Speaking of Genty as a rookie running back, do we think this is the week that Genty finally has a good game, versus Chicago? Do we think Genty goes out and puts up more than 15, 20 points?
I watched Chip Kelly with the Marco Murray, bro. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't. That bull came off a Russian title and then looked awful. So.
And look good with the Titans.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I think.
Speaking. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say. I mean, I like Genty a lot, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what his ceiling is yet. I think it's hard to tell with Kelly.
Moving on to another big name rookie running back in this matchup, John is anticipating what probably a lot of people are is Trayvon Henderson's first game is like the RB1. You know, he'll see the most usage. And I know that John is probably extremely eager to talk about Trayvon Henderson this week, so I'm just going to pass it to him and let him do his spiel.
Let Curry talk a little bit here, and then I'll go on my little self tirade.
I feel like you guys hit a lot of the points that CJ's team is just underwhelming for sure. I mean, I feel like there's a lot of holes on there that are a little scary. Like Genty is just keep hitting that. That's the biggest one where if that doesn't work out, CD being out 4 weeks.
Oh, I forgot.
Tough.
That's rough.
That sucks.
It's tough.
Right. Yeah, I definitely want to talk about Trayvon Henderson. Because I think you guys might see me explode in the group chat this week if Mike Vrabel doesn't get this guy 15 touches this week. Like, yeah, I'm not even asking for like 20, 25. You know, I'm not asking for all that. I'm asking bro to get 12 carries and 3 to 5 targets. That's all I want. He's gonna score this week. I got that feeling. Same feeling I had in week 1 with Keenan Bishop. You remember that one?
I do.
Looking at the squad right now, Kyron Williams is back home, guys. I finally have made up for the error of my ways of fucking Sam Laporta last year. That was rough. I think Ryan Thomas Jr. is still the biggest question mark on my team right now. And obviously wide receiver 2 is like, can Keenan keep it up? Realistically, I think BTJ has like seemed to have like the whole organization behind him in Jacksonville, where they're gonna keep throwing him the way. It's not like his targets dropped a little last week, but they also ran the ball a ton. It was a defensive game. I don't think it's a matter of he's not gonna be in the game anymore. I think my bold prediction this week is Trayvon scores 20 points. And I think Kyron falls out against Indianapolis because the Rams always seem to play well against Indy. I feel like.
I agree. I think Kyron's gonna have a really good week.
I feel like they do. John Coleman, why do you exist?
Should we move on to predictions?
Yeah.
I would say I was gonna go CJ, but I completely forgot about the CeeDee Lamb injury. And I do think Trayvon will outscore Genty this week. So I'm actually going to change my answer from what was going to be CJ to John. I think it's still extremely close, but this pains me a lot to say, but I do think John will this week.
Yeah, I also was kind of thinking that. I was thinking, well, I'll say this. I think if CJ scores over 120,
100 points.
Yeah, 100 points, I think he can walk away pretty comfortably with a W. But if CJ doesn't do that because he has CD out, yeah, I think I still go CJ in this one, to be honest.
I like it.
I think it comes down to which players exceed their expectations on both teams. It's a toss in the air. 119 is kind of crazy, but
it's fun. It makes it fun.
It is. But like John said, if someone like Trayvon can score 20, who knows McMillan? If he misses especially, it's hard to not. I think I would have to go John.
Yeah, especially if T-Mac misses, especially you hit the nail on the head with that. That's a huge blow to Rossi. John, your prediction?
I think my team will learn how to score touchdowns this week. That'll be cool. Jalen Warren will score for the first time for the squad. Bucky will score for the second time. I think that I'm definitely winning this one, and I think it's by 10 to 12.
Especially throwing Kyron's floor in there.
Yeah.
That's my thing is I needed a consistent usage, consistent points guy to counter what's his name, Trayvon.
Yeah.
Shall we move on to our fourth game?
So,
All right. For our fourth game, we have Liam versus Kyle. I want to give you all kind of like the mini breakdown I do before each matchup, but for this one, it's pretty straightforward. You have what I would say is pretty easily the worst team in the league right now versus a E2 contender. So, I'll let you all take this away. This isn't a good one.
Yeah, I mean, you just are looking at storylines in this one. Kyle just lost, so you need a good bounce back win to get the morale back up in the locker room. And it's just kind of not as much about if Kyle wins or not, but how well his team does to kind of see how he evaluates, see if Saquon will start doing something. If Nick Chubb or Cooper Kupp is the answer at his RB2 and his second flex. And yeah, I don't know. That's about it. Curry?
I think great spot to hit is that Nick Chubb and Kupp, can they keep it up? I mean, Nick Chubb's a little bit scary, but yeah, this week I feel like you said is not really a matter of Kyle winning or losing. I think it's more a matter of seeing how those players are.
Yeah, more of an evaluation of his team.
Yeah.
I would agree. He does I did completely forget this, I'm not gonna lie, until I checked today. He does have Kittle coming back. Right now it's projected he gets back week 6 to 7. Do we think with Kittle coming back around the same time where Purdy and Ayuk will be getting back, along with an already healthy Juwan Jennings being 2 games back, do we think Kittle's value goes down a little bit now that the 49ers offense will have all of their pieces?
I feel like we've always seen the Niners offense operate with Kittle in there with so many other pieces, and I feel like he's paved his own role in there.
Yeah, especially in red zone.
I think what we're gonna see is Kyle is just gonna kind of wait it out, see how his team performs the first couple weeks of Kittle getting back. Maybe he'll buy in the meantime to keep his team afloat. And then I think you could easily see if he's like, D2's too strong, my team fizzled out, the Kittle injury really crippled a lot of things. The RB2 situation with B-Rob. I could see a turnaround and sell after buying early for kind of cheap.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and I just wanted to add that there's been tension brewing over there. So you definitely need to see them play well this week, the squad. Because there's
tension you talk about.
Well, there's reports saying that inside reports saying Kyle ghosted Beam on the bidding war for Derrick Henry.
Man? Is this true production, man? Just give us a head nod.
Well, I didn't ghost him. I was just I wasn't as interested in the trade as he was. He was real, all for it, 100%. We need to do this. This is gonna make our team so much better. And I just I wasn't at the same. We weren't on the same wavelength there.
Well, I mean, it looks like that wavelength might cause some problems because I'm hearing Beam is allegedly fed up and said he would take over the team and make a trade himself. I mean, what do you?
Wow.
I mean, what do you do to that, Kyle? I mean, you're just gonna let him do that?
Are we seeing another Crowley type of takeover of Kyle?
Wow. Is it?
Kyle gonna be at practice one day and he's gonna come back to first round pick?
I hope something like that doesn't happen again. I like being on my team. I hope that me and him can work through this internally instead of making this a big thing. So me and Beam are gonna keep talking.
That's good. That's good to hear.
Predictions.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Forgot about that part. I got Kyle by 1 million.
Yeah, I second that.
Yeah, Kyle by 60 here.
Kyle.
Enough said. The heavy sigh before his predictions.
Moving right along.
Yeah. What Kamish said, moving right along. We got Jay versus Ryan. Ryan obviously being what looks to be a true contender in D2, sitting at 2-1, is literally 0.1 points away from being 3-0. Versus Jay sitting at 1-2. Obviously a easier win coming against Liam, but regardless, Jay's in a similar boat to Liam. Just draft, sell for what you can get, and then just look forward till 26. So it's just a less diluted version of Kyle versus Liam. Like I think this is this is just Curry gonna smack up on Jay, move up to 3-1, get his points 4 up. It should be I want to say more, but it's really not that exciting to me. Anyone else want to
Any Jay matchup is quite unexciting.
Hey Jay, this is just such a reset year for Jay that it's like I'm just waiting for him to sell. Like we're just the league's kind of just waiting for him to sell Brees off a good week, and maybe Quentin Johnson if he can play well for like another week or two. I can see a Quentin Johnson trade.
What I will say though is getting Quentin Johnson off waivers and then potentially being able to flip him and like say he keeps producing in like 2 weeks. Maybe he goes and gets a good pick for him. Like that's exactly what Jay needed.
Yeah,
so we can pull that off, step in the right direction.
I just don't like how we're glossing over the fact of Jay's devil magic of making you score well below your projections anytime you play him, so that he can sneakily grab
every
a
year.
win. He can sneakily grab that win from you.
Did the Curse just find a new owner?
Yeah, low key. Low key.
Oh, don't forget Nate, guys. We're forgetting Nate exists.
Oh,
hi Nate. Well, you're dead. You're not listening. Nate doesn't even know this exists yet.
So let's talk about what Nate's doing for the squad. He's drinking beer at his frat house. He's on his 6th try of Calc 1.
It's not weird.
Oh man.
Oof.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I got Ryan by a cool 40.
If I could use this moment as any, I'd like to highlight how great of a mid-round draft this team has come to be.
True.
Gas yourself up, cuz.
One of the best.
It's very impressive.
I just would like
shit.
to point out
5 to 6, dude.
where I was confident in my ability to draft later in the round with that Juwan Jennings trade last year, where I got myself 3 more picks backed up. And I think it all worked out. One of those was Rome or Mbuka, whichever one it was. Another was like Javante.
A Javante pick is really what like set your team apart.
Yeah. I mean, your second round pick has been good for 2 quarters
John
of football.
Before week 1, jokingly, that it was Javante Williams' season. And that has been nothing but come to fruition.
Wow.
Yeah. And
do you know me? I'm always calling up for prices.
You did call up for Brees Hall.
Oh, I got told it was a 3rd round pick, and this dude puts up 18 points in the last 2 weeks. Like, what are we doing?
Second pod, you bring this up.
Look, man, it's worth.
I'm not gonna stop bringing it up. I hope Brees Hall keeps sucking, and Jay can't even sell him by week 11.
But my prediction, me by a comfortable number. Not kind of scared of Debo, so not as comfortable as maybe I want, but
yeah, you by 40.
I still got you by a shit ton. I think Debo is gonna get his this week, especially if McLaurin's out. I'm pretty confident.
I have Curry winning by like 10. I think Jay Devil Magic hits him.
I don't hate that.
Are you gonna be sweating?
I think he still gets the W, but he is gonna be sweating.
That's just feeling like that after 1 week.
Jay did sell his first player this week.
He did. It wasn't too.
Tajay Spears trade.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we can cover that. John got Tajay in a 12th for a 9th. Groundbreaking. I do like. On a serious note, I do like the move from John. Giving up a 9th. Like that's really. Get Tajay if TP goes down at any time. Tajay, I think, is an excellent back for a flex play if you need him, like a streaming option. So I actually did like that move.
Yeah, and
I
like Jay getting that 9 because I can totally see him throwing Brees Hall and a 9 and an 8 in a trade to try to get a higher round pick.
Yeah, you got like a 7 or not a 7th, like a 5th or 6th.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I agree.
So I don't hate that for him. I mean, what is Tajay? We don't know what he's gonna be, so you get some value back from that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I say we to our last game of the week, and what was pretty close to being game of the week. When me, Curry, and Bishop decided it, there definitely was some nods this way. But we did ultimately go with the other game. But
Wonder who
the
nodded.
game
I wonder who
nonetheless.
nodded this way.
Oh, bro, I thought we should do a division matchup. I just brought it up.
No. I agree with Bishop bringing up. This is a great.
Yeah.
It's arguably the best team in D2 versus pretty easily the best team in D1 in Mikey versus Luca. Like I said, like I'm not gonna reiterate it too much, but like it's a great team versus a great team. I think this is probably what I would say is the toughest test for each team at this point in the season. Definitely for Luca. Luca playing Bishop is definitely his toughest test. Depending on how you feel, you may feel people who Bishop faced is tougher, but I think this is the best matchup for each of them this week. I'm really excited how this goes down to see like what unfolds.
I think this is also like the matchup I'm most excited for this week. Like, I really want to see if like D2 like entirely selling last year is like just clearly gonna make like even the front runner in D1 isn't gonna compete early year at least right now. I want to see that. I think Luca's main narrative this year is like, can he get it done? It's another clear path to the playoffs like he had last time, 2 years ago. I think that there's a shot that you see some D2 teams end up selling at the deadline because of how top end this division is. And that can make some interesting things happen. And I think it really comes down to Luca. Luca won last time he was in the playoffs. He won his first playoff game and also went to the championship. And lost to fellow member of the show, Mikey Bish. In one of the greatest storylines in Giga Nuts history, if not the greatest, many would say. And I think that's really the monkey that Luke is trying to shake off his back right now. Like, can he get over the hump? Can he do it when everyone like knows he should realistically be the best?
Yeah.
Curry?
Not to gloss over past things, but the toughest test is the one you can't pass. So
He's
I'm
so
gonna leave that
corny,
there.
bro.
I'm gonna leave that there.
You're not Jalen Hurts,
All
bro.
right, Jalen Hurts.
You are not QB1.
I'm 10-4 against him all the time. By the way.
2025, everyone.
By the way, I ended your season last year. By the way.
While he's talking some bad things, I'm gonna sit here and praise him and say this is where D2 shows D1 what big boy football is about. What?
Yeah, I mean, I would like to say some things. I thought that I would only have to play Derrick Henry once this year, and in the first 4 weeks I've gotten him twice, so that's never fun. Yeah, I mean, me and Luca both have some question marks. You know, I think we both have good squads, but I think it's just another week of if our question marks become exclamation points or like periods, like a small period.
Few dots.
Yeah, 3 times. I mean, Justin Jefferson hasn't been Justin Jefferson. He hasn't been a 4th overall pick recently, and I think he'll probably do good too against Pittsburgh. Lad, I mean, he looks like wide receiver 3, and that's not good to watch. I mean, he's running the most routes, so he's out there on the field. He just ain't seeing the ball. And
I'm not too worried about that. I'd be more worried about BTJ all that.
Really?
I don't think I'm not even and sorry, this is gonna seem really targeted. But I don't think that Keenan Allen stays at the pace that he's at. He's not gonna score a touchdown every week. And as much as it is corny and kind of like cheating to bank on an injury, I don't know if I trust Keenan Allen with the usage he's getting to stay healthy for 17 games this year, which I think John also understands. Which sucks because Keenan's looked phenomenal so far, but it's more of like a sustainability question with Keenan, and I don't think he'll pass, especially when you're getting near the playoffs. So I think Ladd will definitely step into the role that Bishop wants him to be, and I think that only further elevates his.
And Rashee Rice, I mean, this is a big game too, because if I can get another,
fuck Rashee Rice,
bro, if I get another win under the non-Rashee Rice games, I mean, I feel like that's just scary and scary. If I do end up buying too, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Marv sucks.
No way you don't buy.
Well, you
Yeah, I
know,
was about to
you
say,
know what
bro.
I
I'm
mean.
talking shit on this season for 2 years, motherfucker.
You know what I mean. If
I don't know
something,
shit.
if something approaches, I don't, bro. My squad's fine, bro. I don't think I would need to buy with this squad if they play.
When other
You forget
top
bye week.
D2, like if Josh starts like buying like crazy,
But
like,
what
if he
he
goes
only
and
has
gets-
so many roster spots.
yes, but I'm saying like
I think
if he
I
goes,
think Josh is kind of just chilling.
Yeah.
no, I think Josh is gonna continue. It's not a lot.
He's gonna move DJ Moore.
Yeah,
DJ
he's gonna
Moore's
move
not
DJ
gonna
Moore
play.
and a higher pick for like a true like wide receiver, like a high end wide receiver.
I mean, maybe he gets it in London though. Maybe he can turn his year around.
Yeah, I mean if London plays good, then he really doesn't have. But you know,
Yeah.
Hawkins do have an early season bye, so that should help Josh out. But yeah. So looking at it, I think Mike Evans being hurt for the next 4 weeks is really gonna suck for Luka. That's really crippling, and I think you're gonna see Luka go out and make a move, potentially quite soon. I have no clue who, but you can definitely see that. But I mean, like my prediction for the I think we've said what we can say about both these rosters so far. I think that it's definitely a Bishop win this week, because of I think the Mike Evans injury really is the main reason that it's going to be a convincing win. I got Bishop by like 12.
yeah, as much as it does hurt to vote against probably the top team in my division, I'm gonna go. Like I think Luka has some really good matches this week, but there's also with Evans being hurt, his flexes are now DeAndre Swift, Michael Pittman. So I think that part kind of stinks, especially Bishop's other flex being or opposing flex would be Pickens without CeeDee Lamb. Like I think that's just like I think there's gonna be too much in a gap, like of a gap between like Pickens without Lamb versus like DeAndre Swift. So I'm gonna go Bishop. I do think it's closer than 12. I would say maybe in like the 7 to 8 range. I Bishop win. Curry.
T2 all day, high and low, through the middle, every way, 3/4.
Respect.
Before we end up wrapping up here, I want to let our listeners know that be on the lookout this week for some power rankings in their DMs potentially. It's about quarter of the way through the season, so I think we're gonna check in with our GMs and see how everyone's feeling about the league.
Yeah.
And we'll see. We'll have some graphic. We'll have our production guy Kyle make up some graphics for the results.
We can
Those in your DMs,
we'll talk about
after-
them next week on the pod.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, those
I
will
didn't
be
think
discussed
about
on the
that.
pod. I'll send those out.
Oh yeah.
Those will be sent out Monday night or Tuesday morning. And then we'll have. Well, I guess I wonder. Should we release them on the Nutter? We'll release them on the Nutter on Wednesday still, and then we can talk about them on the pod on Thursday.
Yeah, we can discuss why we think the ranking is good or bad.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, points
Um,
forward counts, everyone.
It doesn't count if you have one good week, by the way.
You just mad you got 170 on your head.
I scored the second most that fucking week, dude. I would have smacked you. I would have beat you by 100, bro. It's a goddamn bloodbath over here. And you guys have freaking La La Land. There's
Moving
lollipops
along from
everywhere.
the D2 cannibalism that we are enduring within that division, we'll be wrapping up the second edition of the Giga Up. For all the listeners and league mates that made it to the end, appreciate it. If you have any trade offers for me, please text me. Let me know what's popping.
What's Nico's price for the people listening?
Joey, if you listen to this, not a fit. For anyone else listening,
He's played like a
we can bargain.
Hurts in a fifth for
Actually, I gotta wait
Saquon?
to see.
Hurts in a fifth for Saquon, though?
Definitely Stroud. Maybe
Or
Stroud.
Stroud, yeah.
That is good. Man. I'll see y'all next week.
It was,
Thank y'all
it
very
was an
much for
honor.
listening.
Yeah, thank you,
Hey,
Curry.
thank you, Curry.
Thank you,
An honor to be
Curry.
surrounded by
Like a
some
big thank
Who's ever
you.
guessed?
by
for the
Giga
ball.
Nuts greatness and Giga Nuts to be greatness.
This is gonna age like fine wine, being the first special guest of the Giga UP. You know, this is gonna be a thing. Man.
Wait. First person to type in the Snapchat group chat something word. It can be on the pod next week, bro.
Oh yeah.
What is the word? What is the word?
All right, yeah. If you made it this far, hop in the fantasy group chat and say, say Def Saquon and maybe Stroud. Def Saquon and maybe Stroud.
If
you made it this far, you will be our guest. Yes.
Subscribe, like, follow all those promotional YouTuber things, I guess.
And Spotify podcasters, and make sure to bet on DraftKings.
Use code S Rose for deposit match up to $150. And